Okay, welcome back. How are we all doing? I just want to show you something that I believe is worth sharing. This is an incident that took place in Yoruba land in Ogun State, Ifo precisely, where an Igbo woman was murdered in cold blood simply because of 1,500 naira. And it has to do with, is it Mubarak or Eid al-Fitr? I don't know what they call it is a Muslim feast. This normal celebration that the Igbo Muslim people normally do after going to the Hajj in Mecca, like visit where they call the Holy Land and all that. Where Muslim people will understand what I'm talking about. So Igbo traders in Ogun State, they imposed tax on them, for them to contribute money for their celebration. They're quite guilty because when I told us that Igbo lands have been conquered, Igbo people are just slaves officially. There's nothing you can tell me about it. It's just like they want to slave everybody to make sure that you are down. They subdue you. Imagine Yoruba people that are actually serving as second class citizen to the north are the one also paying attention on Igbo people to serve them. Like Igbo people are now slave for the slaves. Like I don't know if you understand what I'm talking about. A Yoruba man, Yoruba people, they are not first class in Nigeria. That's just a fact. Forget about the one they're using Tinubu. They are putting Tinubu and giving them some chance simply because they know that with their population they will maintain the status quo, which is Fulanization and Fulani as a country, as a leader, as everything. Yorubas are just one of the instruments of conquest. Then Igbo people are not third class. Igbo people are fourth class or 50th class, if there's anything like that. What do I mean by that? After Fulani and Hausa, of course, Fulani and Hausa only have been relegated to zero because they're not even in the equation. But Fulani first, then Yoruba second. Then you talk of other tribe, other ethnic group like the so-called Lupe people, South and all that. Then they will become third before Igbo man will then appear as a fourth. Now, instead of Yoruba people to stand on their feet to see if they can liberate themselves from the shackles of darkness, they decided to side with the Fulanis simply because of this little chance they're going to end. They will get by being as a president or something like that. Do you understand what I'm talking about? So if they focus on that simply because they know that somehow we have something to benefit, whereas Igbo man have nothing to gain. That is why they are muted. They don't want to say anything. As long as Igbo people are not in anything in Nigeria, Yorubas have decided to accept to be second class. They are okay with it because when they look back, they see Igbos at fifth position or fourth position. They'll feel contented with that. Why I'm saying this is because what happened in Ogun State sounds like what you see, maybe what's supposed to happen or not supposed, what normally happen in the north. Like Northerners are the one doing that kind of thing as first class and the whole of the country. So the feast of Muslims in Ogun State and in entire Nigeria, but this one happened in Ogun State. They decided to side themselves using Igbo marketers to enrich themselves by imposing tax on them for their celebration, which Igbo cannot do during the Christmas and Easter period. So they requested them to pay for whatever they called, I don't know the reason. As you can see on the screenshot here, that they want them to pay for tax for either feature or whatever the Mubarak, I don't know what they call that. Or some of you that are very conversant with the Muslim feast and religion, you will know better than I do. So you understand what I'm talking about. So just like you can see here, just like you can see on your screen, like I said, Igbo traders in Ifo, Ogun State shut down their business today to protest over the death of Mrs. Blessing Eze, who was stabbed to death by thugs. The incident reportedly occurred after she refused to pay 1,500 naira festival tax. Festival tax. Just understand that festival tax allegedly imposed on traders in connection with the Eid Mubarak celebration observed by Muslims. You can see that when we talk, they say, "Oh, you are creating, you guys are creating problem." This is what happened in Ogun State. So from infidels to the country, you guys, we are the owner of the country. From sucking your natural resources, natural gas deposit, to imposing tax on people. When you import goods, they impose tax. When they want to celebrate, you have to pay for the celebration. How many tax do they impose on citizens of Ogun State, in Ifo precisely? How many tax do they oppose on them during the Christmas period for Christians? You see all these things, all this injustice going on now, it will never stop, and it will continue like this unless you do something about it. Without doing something about it, everybody talk at all. There's nothing you can do about it. That's just the gospel truth. You know, when some people say that Nigeria cannot be like this, it's a secular state, you know, forget about it. There's not like secular state anymore. It is not clear that you are just a subject to them. When they, you know, they were having fear. They were contemplating on how to convince people for Muslim ticket. Do you know that as we stand today, there's nothing anybody can do about it. You can never ever have Christian as a leader in Nigeria, like president and vice. It is not possible. When you talk, the leaders, Christian will tell you, they map out prayer for you to become more Christian than Jesus. I don't understand it. Whereas people that you are living with are working hard to overrun you, to take everything over without having any regret. Nothing like it, not even any iota of forgiveness or mercy. No, not at all. Do you know that as it's going on, like they have moved from Muslim voter ticket, now they are not imposing tax on you. So time shall come when every feast that Muslim will go to celebrate in that part of the world will be financed by non-Muslims. Of course, maybe they will tie some people on chain back to their farmland to go and farm for them. That the imam is hungry. During the fasting period, time shall come when they're gonna force you to fast. You have to fast. That is where they're heading to now. I'm very, very sorry for the family that lost their loved one, the woman, somebody's mother, simply because she is doing business in the Ogun State. I hope some Afonjas are keeping record, because if this thing happen in Igbo land, then you know that the Yorubas know how to give press release. But when Fulani buy them, no, they don't talk. That is what slaves do. If you're a slave, that is one of the characteristics of a slave is keeping mute, turn blind eyes when you're supposed to talk. But as a happy slave they are consoling themselves by having another person that is serving them, because to them they are serving the North, and Igbos are meant to serve them. That's what it is. So you, an Igbo person, what are you doing? What is your take? What is your stand? What is your future? I know some of them will say, "Oh, you are causing violence. You are promoting violence." No, we don't support any violence, any killing of any type. Rather, we are exposing the evil and the criminality of these people. You know, when we say criminality, it does not mean require. You don't need to carry gun before you become a criminal. Some of you are just like Derico and Anene, because the way you behave, the way you talk, is not different from what Anene and Derico represent. Anyway, my people, let me allow the video to roll so that you yourself can hear it from the horse's mouth. Before you then, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel, and make sure you do all you can to comment. Let us hear your take on this. God bless you all, and bye bye for now.
This are just the protests going on in the market presently. I am live here to bring you an update. Live event is not about TikTok, not about Facebook. The reason for this update is to tell you that we are everywhere, covering any event taking place against our people. Our people have been intimidated, they have been harassed, they have been killed. Market worth millions of naira destroyed. So we want the relevant authority to take note of this. This embarrassment, this humiliation is too much. We cannot take it again. We cannot take it any longer. We cannot accept this any longer. This is very painful. Please, if possible, I'm going to bring the corpse of the woman live. So I would like our people, those that are in charge of this kind of matter, to take note. I will try to get information from the market leadership. So if whatever they said, I'm going to update people. So we can no longer accept it. You can imagine. Look at our people protesting here. We are in Ifo. We are in Ifo local government, Ogun State. This is where the event takes place yesterday. The update. So yes, everywhere is calm. No relevant authorities here to address us. That's the most painful aspect of these things. How can a woman, a mother of how many kids, be murdered in the cold of blood, and nobody is saying anything about it? Our people are just marching freely in the market to protest, to draw the attention of the federal government, of the state government. So that's where it's happening. It's not you saw it in Facebook. It's not you saw it on TikTok. We are live to tell you what is happening.
It has been getting out of hand.
So everybody is bitterly complaining. Everybody is bitterly complaining. Shocks are being.
You cannot sell a house piece.
You imagine that is one of the traders complaining.
They will ask you for money.
We are live for now, right away, in the protest of our sister, Mrs. Eze, that was being stabbed to death by the Yoruba thugs yesterday. The name for here in Ogun State. Stating as Prince Igbo is bringing you live updates. This is the protest going on here. We are at the venue of the incident.